This is Shaka Hislop, a former player turned soccer analyst. At the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, Real Madrid and AC Milan played one another in a friendly, but it's what occurred during the pre-game festivities that shocked many.
He's on the naughty step from PSG. He's not gone on the tour of Japan. What have you missed? What have you seen? Shaq! Wait, we need some help. We need medical. Okay.
Scary scenes as Hislop, the former Newcastle, Portsmouth, and West Ham player, collapsed during the broadcast. ESPN's Dan Thomas would speak of Hislop falling and provide this update.
Half-time then here at the Rose Bowl. It's AC Milan 2, Real Madrid 0, but that, of course, very much secondary to what happened ahead of the game. Obviously, my mate Shaka not here, but as it stands, it's good news. He's conscious, he's talking. I think he's a little embarrassed about it all. He's apologised profusely. Not a man who likes people to make a fuss of him. Obviously, far too early to make any sort of diagnosis, but the important thing is that Shaka's conscious.
Hislop has been in his role at ESPN FC since 2008. The network would put out a press release that was, to be honest, quite bland, as they are likely awaiting the results from a doctor. They would say he is conscious and recovering after the collapse at the Rose Bowl. Another commentator for ESPN, Adrian Healy, would say he has recovered. I didn't see the incident. Casey Keller, Healy's co-commentator, but I'm sure it was an alarming one. We've been told in definitive terms that he is okay. My first thought, is it something to do with the temperature? We would then learn in Pasadena that it was 30 degrees Celsius, which comes out to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Marco would add, it is not known yet what exactly occurred to Shaka Hislop, but the high temperature, humidity, and poor air quality at the Rose Bowl are conditions where this can happen, especially on a high-tension situation like doing a live TV broadcast during the Soccer Champions Tour. If true, heat syncope occurs when a person faints suddenly and loses consciousness because of low blood pressure. Heat causes the blood vessels to expand, so body fluid moves into the legs by gravity, which causes low blood pressure and may result in fainting. Now, one thing that I remembered was when Wendy Williams collapsed on live television, but that was in a studio. There was another example of KCAL News, a meteorologist named Alyssa Carlson Schwartz would also faint on air. I do have a history of fainting, Schwartz said. It's just when you're on a public platform, sometimes it happens and people now see this. She was hospitalized with a head injury but returned to the station days later. Could be a myriad of factors, and I have seen people collapse from various ones. Could be because they didn't have enough water in the day. It could be from the heat. It could be because they limited their food intake or just didn't eat anything and they felt weak and groggy. It could be the heat. There are various factors into what could have happened with Shaka Hislop. The most important thing is he is okay. Dan Thomas updated us saying that he was embarrassed for himself and he was very apologetic, which of course he should not. So I hope he gets better, and we hope to see him on ESPN FC very soon.